Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I'm Father Christopher Tiano. I'm pastor of St. Paul VI Parish here in Hamden, Connecticut. St. Paul VI Parish is a community of believers in Jesus Christ who are united in our commitment to loving service, to worship, to evangelize, and to give. We welcome all people to join in our vision to be a light in the darkness, and this is Light in the Darkness, our chance to speak to one another every week, to tell what's going on in our parish, meet some people from our parish. And I'm glad to have today Carrie Stewart, who is our parish manager, but more importantly for this conversation, she's our music director. This is around the fourth Sunday of Advent.
Sunday, Father.
I know,
oh my goodness.
We've been pushing our way through. And the word that comes to me this Sunday is from John's Gospel, chapter 1, and the Word was made flesh and dwelt among us. Mm-hmm. And that's what we look forward to at this Christmas celebration in a few days, the celebration of Christ made present in the world. You know, we've gone through Advent, we've gone through all the Advent music, and now we're moving towards that Christmas music. Tell me about music selection and how it affects how we prepare people for this time of year.
So I'm going to back up a little bit because up until this point, Advent, we had been using stuff where there was a theme. Advent has a theme. So each week there were different themes, whether it was we were trying to talk about hope or we were trying to talk about unity. I really feel like this week in particular, we transitioned from the waiting and the hope to now it's the expectation and the knowing this is coming, this is happening. So we're trying to incorporate music where it's not just Christmas music that people know and are familiar with, but it's the sense of, okay, so God's doing something new. How do we incorporate what he's trying to do into serving him? How do we incorporate that into evangelization in the new year where we're going with divine renovation? So it's taking some of the old music and incorporating it with some new stuff as well to bring the traditions of the past into the future as well. So it's bridging those two, which is really exciting.
Christmas is that time of year where people return.
Mm-hmm.
We have, I used to be pastor of an Italian parish, and we used to talk about the Natalini and the Pasquini, the people who come at Christmas and Easter. And I love them. I think it's great because they want to worship Jesus with us.
Yep.
And, so we give them something that they know and that they celebrate, but we also challenge them to return.
Exactly.
And I think, I always say this, the easiest way to return is to return. Mm-hmm. Is to return and be part of what we're doing here at St. Paul VI Parish. Now, you've come on with music, and you're also our parish manager. What have you seen as far as the journey that our parish has been on these past months?
Oh, it's been really interesting. So I think there's a lot going on right now. We're trying to, there's a lot of history in our parish with the merger, and you have so many parishes that have come together that with trying to keep a lot of the history and the tradition, but at the same time forging ahead as one parish, forging ahead as something new altogether. So it's keeping a lot of the stuff that all of the parishes tried to have, whether it was more traditional or whatever it was, and now moving forward with the music in a way where we're all coming together and learning new stuff as we move forward. So it's really exciting, to be honest with you.
It's interesting. In my younger days, I was an organist. Well, I played the organ. I don't think I qualified to be calling myself an organist yet, but I played the organ. And I always was fascinated by what people sang and what people didn't sing. Mm-hmm. And one of the things I always noticed, if you changed the lyrics of an old song that everybody knew, they were lost.
Yep.
And I find that because so much of our faith life is comfort level. Yep. We're comfortable. Yep. And that's a good thing. That's part of the glory of being in worship together, is that we're comfortable, and it's not something we have to give a lot of mental energy to prepare ourselves. We just enter into it, and it's a beautiful thing. And music has a lot to say about that.
Yeah. I also think we're at a place where we want to, worshiping, praying, music, singing is praying twice, St. Augustine.
Yeah.
So I think sometimes people are so comfortable that they don't engage in that, or they're nervous because, oh, what if I don't have a good voice, or I don't want other people to hear me, or I'm not really a singer. And it's not about us as people, it's how are we using that to glorify God?
Yeah.
How are we using it as an act of worship to get out of our comfort zone?
Yes.
How are we drawing in the people around us to help in that as well? So it's not just I'm in my pew, I'm doing this. It's truly a communal effect. So that's the beauty of music. So that's really, I'm excited to launch into the new year with that as well. So
It's a great thing. What's your favorite Christmas song?
Oh Holy Night.
Oh Holy Night? That's interesting. I don't have a religious favorite Christmas song.
Really?
My favorite Christmas song, and I can cry, is Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. And to me, the whole connection where the Gold Star mothers during World War II adopted that as their own. Gold Star mothers are the mothers who lost their sons in battle in World War II, their daughters sometimes too, in battle in World War II. And they adopted Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas as sort of their Christmas carol.
Yeah.
And that's a reminder to me, because sometimes Christmas isn't that much fun.
Well, interesting you brought that up, because the Light in the Darkness remembrance service that we do for people who struggle this is a tough time of year for a lot of people.
Yes.
This is not always joyful. A lot of people suffer this time of year, and I think music is also a reflection of that. Sometimes the happy tunes or it really brings a lot of pain and sorrow, but music can also be something that's healing, and it can help people to move not past it, but maybe through it a little bit easier, and bring some comfort and some peace during a time that's really, really hard for a lot of people.
I saw, you get caught on these vortexes on YouTube, right? So I saw something that was amazing. It was a prima ballerina, and she was like in her 90s, and she was in the twilight of her life, and she was in this haze of dementia. And somebody came along and played Swan Lake for her. And as it was playing, she was moving her hands. She was in a wheelchair, but she was moving her hands as if she were dancing. It's the most amazing thing you ever want to see. You're crying by the end of it. And I think to myself that music brings us so close to people who have gone before us, to people who are part of our lives. And I think music, to use our tagline, is a light in the darkness.
It really is.
The darkness of pain, the darkness of sadness, the darkness of difficulty. And we talked about people who come to Mass just at Christmas or Easter. That's great. If you're planning on coming to Mass, come to Mass. And you know how easy it is to return? Just return and sing a song.
Yep.
Now, I sing because I have to with my job. And some days I think to myself, Lord, this is the voice you gave me, and I work as hard as I can.
When you proclaim with it, Father.
I work at it as best as I can, but I'm not the melodious singer that others can be. But we sing. We do sing, and that's an important thing for us. Today is this great season. Today is the great moment that God has given us, and Jesus has come into this world. Jesus has come into his world and changed everything. And we want you to be part of what we're doing here at St. Paul VI Parish. So we have Masses at Mount Carmel Church, at St. Rita's Church, though they're both on Whitney Avenue. We have Masses at Blessed Sacrament Church. We have Spanish Masses. We have a whole variety of Masses. And if you found us and found our video cast today, you will find all the connections you need to find out our Masses, etc. Or they can call the office, which
Absolutely. Always.
Which is?
203-248-0141.
Right. But we want you at Mass with us.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing. It's a wonderful thing. I love Christmas.
Me too.
But it's a sad time. It's a sad time. I always think at Christmas of my dear grandmother who loved Christmas, and Christmas was her holiday, and she's not been with me for 53 years, but I still think of her, especially on Christmas Eve. So, however you celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
And may you be the light in the darkness. May you be, through your work, through your efforts, through your love, a light for people who so desperately need that light. This has been A Light in the Darkness, and I'm Father Tiano from St. Paul VI Parish, and I wish you all a wonderful day.